And of course, we start from the local scene where the Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Sports has reaffirmed its preparedness to host the 2025 South-South Zonal Elimination of the National Youth Games. Echo, the National Youth Games is being of the recent delight to sports followers, grooming athletes. We understand the Calabar zone for the next edition of the competition starts on the 16th of August, running through to the 18th. Of course, you're aware the games itself starts proper in Asaba on the 26th of August, but the elimination for South-South is preceding this one. What do you make of it? 10 approved sports disciplines are on showcase.
It's good. I mean, elimination helps to. There are certain sports that you cannot determine the states that are good enough to represent, except it is done via the elimination, and so it gives the states within South-South region, to get the best state that has talent in those areas. For example, since they'll be competing with other states, you cannot expect sports like basketball. 36 states to participate in basketball is not done that way. So you need to have an elimination that ensures that the best states within this region get to battle with other regions, maybe 2 or 3 thereabout, depending on the criteria, for the qualifications. So I think that's what they're trying to do now. So they have like 6 from the 6 Olympics, maybe 8. Or if it is 2-2 or 1-1, it could not be 8 or 16. It's easier that way to manage than 36 states. So I think that's what they're doing, and it's good. So for the states here, I'm sure they're prepared. It's more toggle. I mean, we're going to have more fights because South-South is the bedrock of sports, arguably, in Nigeria. And you see that it makes more sense because they're going to fight it out and get the best hands to participate in this one.
South-South of Nigeria, the very best. Talking about South-South, Kelechi, we talk about infrastructures and facilities. Akwa Ibom State, will you, to be specific, seem to have these facilities in top notch. Will you say this is the reason why it has been chosen as the venue for the elimination of athletes for the South-South going to the games proper in Asaba?
Yeah, I would say so. First of all, Akwa Ibom is like one of the most developed states in the South-South. Look at even standard stadium and standard equipment. You're going to measure up for any other states in this zone. So I believe that's why they chose it. They didn't choose any other state in the South-South. Because of that, and that's why they decided that they maintain that infrastructure that they've always had, and they've always had for quite some time now. That's why they've been picked for it. And I believe Akwa Ibom, when it comes to sport, we've really invested so much in it. If you look at the standard stadium that we have in Nigeria, it's only Akwa Ibom that really has that compared to maybe Lagos and Abuja. And so I believe outside people will have no issue coming to Akwa Ibom to host the games, and they have everything, and so that should not be an issue.
Talking about you and Akwa Ibom State, you're recently becoming the maker of sports in the South-South and Nigeria, if you ask me as well. What is the likes of Rivers doing? In the past, Rivers used to have a conglomerate of facilities, but it looks like those facilities are gone moribund of recent. They have 2 known stadia, the Lekaya Stadium, the Dokia Mercy Maker Stadium, and of course, other sports too. The Civic Center used to be a beehive of activities for, squash, badminton, and the rest of them. But it looks like the facilities in River State, Port Harcourt to be specific, have gone moribund. What do you think, Kelechi?
It's a sad one, just like you said. I mean, when it comes to sports, River State used to be like, the #1 go-to when it comes to, facilities, in sports, back like 10, 20 years ago. But it's not been like that. And I think that is lack of, the commitment from, the sports commissioner in River State and, the River State government, putting in money, because it's a very, very key part in River State. River State should be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to sports. And we have so many passionate, fans and supporters, but when you look at the stadium, when you look at facilities, there's nothing to write home about. It's almost like we've been managing the stadiums, and some of the stadiums we've, outgrown them, and they've not been developed in any way whatsoever. And it's really a shame because River State is a wealthy state, and it's a state that should be like the #1 when it comes to sport. This should be a state where, Nigeria, the Super Eagles should be coming to play games because, it's a very, very good state, one of the important states in Nigeria. And so I believe they don't really have that zeal to work on this, and it's not for lack of complaint, because people have complained about it, and they are also aware that things like this needs to change. But I really don't know at what point that is going to happen. I think the government needs to look into it, but it's really a shame that the River State doesn't have the facilities yet at this point in time, to host games like this.
Ekpo, something they are very disturbing for me. He's talked about, yes, it's not for lack of awareness. People are aware that these facilities are going moribund. But if you look at it, Rivers United, the football team from Rivers, is qualified for the CAF Champions League. And going by the rules and that we know, CAF, the supervising body, would not allow Rivers United to play in a substandard stadium. Like I mentioned, there is the Adokia Mercy Mega Stadium not completed, and of course facilities moribund. The same for the Adokia Mercy Yakubu Gowon Stadium. What do you make of it? Is it that the state government is not aware of these rules, or they seem happy that they will have to spend money, transporting the team, Rivers United, to Akwa Ibom, and Akwa Ibom by extension benefiting from the cost of accommodation and of course other commercial activities that are associated with hosting a competition of the magnitude of CAF Champions League?
I think it's about priority. In their scale of preference, I don't think that
you deprive the people of the state of
yes,
so many.
Yes, and these are administrators who understands. They have a lot. The commissioner, for example, if we have one now, which we don't, will tell you that he has a lot of sporting unit to cater for, and then investing, doing an overhaul or maintaining a stadium takes a whole lot. In fact, that is a budget that should be appropriated formally, in the budget of the state. So I think that's where the problem is coming from. Until we get to that level, the last time we did such thing was, I think, during Amechi time. I say, you know better because you're in the government. The former governor do have what it takes. Even this governor now, if it's the priority of the commissioner, the man who is directly in charge of sporting unit, to say let's do this, it becomes easy. But they will say because there's no money, let's also disburse funds to other departments and not just sports alone. And so you look at the expenditure, that you spend when you go play in Uyo, it's nothing compared to overhauling or working in the stadium. The last time, I think was it 2 years ago, CAF officials came and did everything, we expended, and at the end they did nothing, because when there are procedures, there are criteria. We know. So I think that if we must look at what happened to Moshood Abiola Stadium, we must get the best. That means we need to be formal, we need to be organized, we know what to do, but somehow I just feel like we do not have the priority. And for them, it's not about the people in the state, it's about the team itself. So if the best way to achieve success is to go outside and have a peace and come back, I think that's what they're looking for, but it's not ideal. But we're just looking at, okay, what is the way forward? I'm thinking that the government will come up and look at it, but they need to budget it formally. Until that is done, and until we have a substantive governor, so to say, a commissioner who understands that the people of the state need to come out to watch and get the value for all these things, it becomes a challenge.